Good morning. So we're on Genesis Elite here on the euro dollar, looking at two distinct signals. We're looking at a stall signal there, which is an upwards facing arrow on a bearish candle, and we're looking at a reversal signal. This defines a range, a sideways momentum range that can be traded, especially when it's above an existing high probability reversal zone, such as it is in this case, eventually going towards a breach, a high probability breach. Now, since we don't know how long this could possibly take, for how long the range is due to continue, what we do normally is select a reasonable amount of time, let's say 30 minutes, this is just under 30 minutes, it's roughly 24, and trade the range from where the reversal signal shows its upper boundary. In this case, we're going towards a breach, so we're trading a short trade, low trade to the downside here, and we'll come back to you before expiry. All right, back again. We have roughly 14 seconds remaining. As you can see, the trade has been range bound throughout the duration of the trade and has successfully stayed within the range. We didn't know how long this range would take, so we stayed at a comfortable 30-minute, roughly 24-minute expiry that has now expired in the trade. We're looking at the range still materializing above that reversal zone. This is grounds for bears preparing most likely to go short with a very large volume of traders coming in quickly. This looks like an accumulation phase, an accumulation where you have short side momentum coming up, but accumulation of bears at this location with all this ranging momentum is signs for a short side move coming up, particularly when this range starts happening on a reversal zone, such as a high probability long reversal zone. Now, since the trade has been inside the range and hasn't attempted to breach the range properly yet, and ITM Smart Money is still showing bears to bulls, the ratio being in favor of bears, but not entirely overwhelmingly in favor of bears. This is grounds for waiting patiently at this point and not engaging in a further breach trade, which we would normally do. Normally, in a situation like this, you would take a trade that attempts to breach the reversal zone and take another trade when the reversal zone has been breached and change of direction has been confirmed. However, in a range bound scenario, particularly on a Friday of the week, if the range happens to be inside the reversal zone, then you should wait patiently before taking the next trade towards the short side to absolutely ultimately confirm that that breach has happened. In this case, the breach has not yet taken place, so we're going to stop it here. Thank you. Good morning. We're on the GBP USD here using ITM Genesis Elite. We're looking at a boundary setup here. Lots of stall signals there as well, indicating price will be moving out in one direction or the other. We have a 21.59% probability of price staying in this current boundary. Therefore, the likely choice here is naturally the outside boundary option. For a $5,000 investment here, feel free to choose your own investment amounts as per your own equity and risk management plan. We're now into the trade here. It is currently 11:49. The trade is due to expire at 12:15. I've just zoomed in on the chart for you here. Price is now currently in the range, and we'll come back to you just before expiry to show you the results. All right, back again, roughly 10 seconds remaining on this outside boundary trade. Beautiful exit to the top side. Price went straight through, bounced off of the upper boundary, and then retraced further onto the top side again, the upper boundary serving as renewed support to price action. We have an $8,750 gross return on this trade, translating to a $3,750 net return. When you're looking at these trades, when you're looking at the probability in the left-hand side, the probability being low as it was at 21 something percent indicates that the probability of price staying in this current boundary is very low. Therefore, it is likely to exit the boundary. And when it's likely to exit the boundary with a high probability of success, the natural choice of trade is the outside boundary trade in these circumstances. Thank you. All right, we're on US oil now. We were on gold a little while ago. We're looking at a breach opportunity showing up here. ITM Smart Money indicates that bulls are getting back in control. We have price testing the highest probability short reversal zone for a second time. We're going to use the levels here, the reversal zone and ITM Smart Money, and ignore the left-hand panel for now. A breach condition indicating that we're looking at long side momentum, so we're going to go for a high trade here for a $5,000 investment for the next expiry time at 1300 hours. This is all under the assumption, based on the facts presented by Genesis Elite and Smart Money, that the short reversal zone is due to be breached, and obviously that would be to the long side. So we're now into the trade, chart's been zoomed, and we're looking for a breach to the top side. All right, back again, roughly 25 seconds remaining. As you can see, the breach is still underway. Price has gone into the money there to the long side, retraced, hit the reversal zone again, bounced off of it again. So there's some tendency to move in and out at the moment, but we are nicely in the money here. New information being presented by Genesis Elite and Smart Money is that the breach may not happen, but for the purposes of this trade, we are in the money in the intended direction that would have gone towards a very sharp aggressive breach and have just expired in the money here for a $4,000 net return based on a $9,000 gross return. Now let's go back to the charts and see what's going on with this breach. Price has gone into the reversal zone, attempted to breach it. We've seen a stall signal mature inside the reversal zone. We've also seen Smart Money indicate that the bears may be coming back into control. So we're looking at a low side opportunity here since the bulls have been unable to overcome the bears towards this breach, and we're looking for a reversal bounce off of the highest probability short reversal zone that remains intact. Next trade here for 13:30 expiry, just gone into it. I'm going to zoom into the chart here to show you what's going on. This again will expire in 30 minutes time. The trade is now taken under the premise that the breach was unsuccessful, regardless of the previous trade being successful, and Smart Money indicates that bears may be coming back in control because those bullish spikes there are not as powerful as the bearish spikes. All right, back again. 22 seconds remaining on this trade. As you can see, the breach was unsuccessful. The first trade, however, was successful since price did attempt to breach it. This second trade was indicated by ITM Genesis Elite and Smart Money, where it was saying that the breach has been unsuccessful, but we're likely seeing short side momentum because bears seem to be coming back in. The focus has now changed from bearish to bullish since we are looking at some sideways momentum. But in this case, Genesis Elite and Smart Money were successfully able to prevent further long side trades, allowing the trader, you, to take a short side trade based on the probabilities all lining up to suggest that the breach is intact, the reversal zone is intact, and price has not been able to breach it to the long side. Therefore, short side trades only from here on. The first trade taken was a long side trade, going after a breach that was suggested at the time. The trade expired in the money, but the breach didn't happen, and Genesis Elite and Smart Money were both in confluence, suggesting that we're looking at further short side momentum because bears are coming back into control. The second trade was therefore taken as a low trade, which was on the basis of a bounce off of the short reversal zone, ending up in the money again, more powerfully this time than the first trade, both trades expiring in the money due to this detailed information provided to you by Genesis Elite and Smart Money in real time. Thank you. Good morning. We're on gold again this morning. XAU USD. We're looking at price having gone down to the highest probability long reversals on Smart Money's indicating bears are back in control. That small bit of bullish momentum after that bearish advance indicates that this reversal zone will be breached. A classic breach trading example here using ITM Genesis Elite. So we're going to go over to commodities here, select gold, which is XAU USD inside FX Primus. The first available expiry is 1100 hours. It is currently 10:42. So we will invest 5,000 into this trade. Please do choose your own investment amounts per your own risk management plan. Once we're into the trade, we will open this chart here. Let me just zoom in so we can see it better. There we go. So we're into the trade now. We'll come back to you just before or at expiry to show you the result. All right, back again, roughly 24 seconds remaining on this gold trade here. As you can see, price went immediately into the money following a very short stint of blips there above entry. It is now very close to expiry here, with price having broken through the highest probability long reversal zone. And at the time we took the trade, ITM Smart Money was indicating that bears are back in control. All classic signs of the ever classic breach trade example using ITM Genesis Elite. This trade has now expired. We've netted $4,000 here on this trade over a gross return of 9,000 USD. Thank you. All right, good afternoon. We're on the Euro USD today on ITM Genesis Elite, looking at an outside boundary, potential outside boundary opportunity maturing here, price moving in and out of that zone, indicating that we're about to step into an exit situation. Very low probability of price staying inside that current boundary. Therefore, the logical choice here is to go for an outside boundary trade on the Euro USD. Low liquidity and a bit of uncertainty due to the ruble today, and leading to reduced payouts, but regardless, we can enter into this boundary trade, so stay tuned. All right, back again, roughly 22 seconds remaining here on this trade that's due to expire at 14:15, roughly 30 minutes into this boundary trade, and we are successfully in the money here with a few seconds to go before expiry. We also see a breach having taken place. The strong move outside of that boundary, the exit, was so fast and so aggressive that it not only broke through the boundary but also caused a breach of the highest probability long reversal zone that will eventually lead to further trades down the line on potentially high-low setups here. So we have expired for a $3,450 return here on this trade taken using ITM Genesis Elite's outside boundary predictions. Thank you. Good morning. We're on GBP USD. We waited here for price to get into this boundary zone here where we have a 29 to 30% probability of price staying in this current boundary. Therefore, the logical choice here, the higher probability choice, is to go for an outside boundary GBP USD trade. It's important to wait for these, and once price enters that band, go for them if they're high probability trades like this one. So we're investing 5,000 into this trade. Let me just zoom in on the chart here shortly. First expiry time, 11:15. And zooming in on the chart to make it a bit more visible. There we are. Price is bang in the middle. We've got nowhere to go other than up or down. Since it's a boundary trade, we're not worried about that. Now, this is exactly why boundary trading is such an effective tool. All you have to do is wait. You have to be patient and the opportunities come to you, especially when you're using Genesis Elite that points them out to you in real time as they're happening. Now we're looking at price having successfully gone upwards in this boundary zone, exited our initial boundary. We've got a second here left to expiry, and we have now expired in the money here for a $3,750 net return. Using ITM Genesis Elite, you can afford to wait for these high probability opportunities. Otherwise, it becomes excessively hard to trade boundary or any other asset type in binary options on Forex or any other asset class without having a tool like this that literally marks out that boundary zone where the probability of price staying inside that current zone is very low. Therefore, outside boundary trades become all the more likely and carry higher probabilities. All that's required of you is to wait patiently for price to do that, for Genesis Elite to tell you it's doing that, and off you go. Thank you very much. All right, a very good early morning to you here on the US dollar Japanese yen. We're in the Asian session. A very aggressive breach has just happened and broken through the highest probability long reversal zone. And now there is a pullback that is retracing away from this broken reversal zone. ITM Smart Money indicates that bears are definitely the strongest in the picture here. Bulls with not so much momentum behind them are unable to overpower the bears. So we'll go for a $5,000 investment. Oh, excuse me, comma there causing a problem. Remove the comma, enter the amount in, and click buy. We're going to go for a short trade here, and with a few minutes to ourselves, not 30. Since we're trading a pullback, the time we have is limited. So we'll go for a 15-minute expiry. This one's roughly 13 minutes, which is acceptable. So we're into the trade now, and we'll come back to you just before or at expiry to show you how the results panned out. All right, back again, roughly 17 seconds remaining on this Asian session trade here on the dollar yen. Price has gone into the money, retraced on the pullback away from that broken reversal zone. Focus has now changed from bullish to bearish, and now price is in a stall signal situation where it's most likely to continue a little further into the pullback to the short side. We, however, have expired in the money here for an $8,500 gross return. That translates to a $3,500 net return on this dollar yen trade. This was a fairly aggressive breach, after which we traded the pullback off of the breach, resulting in a profitable trade here that essentially took advantage of the move to the short side that was predicted in advance by ITM Genesis Elite and Smart Money combined. The importance of Smart Money in these situations is paramount because Smart Money gives us an advance indication of who is in control, bulls or bears, and that gives us further very strong confirmation on the direction of the move. Thank you.